So how do you win the game of life? Well, take it from my experience of having to spend millions of dollars on personal development to really hone in on understanding what the 1% does not want you to know in order for you to be successful. I'm gonna give you 7 strategies in this video that have shaped my life to being where I am today. And if I had learned this a decade ago, I would have already been a billionaire. Hi guys, my name is Jay Dhahan and I'm with Next Gen Wealthy. We inspire and empower the next generation to live life with abundance, freedom, and wealth, learning the game of life and the rules it takes to win it. Let's get started. So when I was 21 years old, I used to think back and say to myself, I wanted so much success. I wanted happiness, I wanted money, cars, and clothes. Quickly, I realized it was gonna take a lot of hard work and dedication, as you may know. The only difference was that I wanted to learn the strategies. I wanted to learn the rules that the elite were playing, the 1% were playing at. What were they doing that was different than everybody else? So over the last decade, I've been able to spend millions of dollars getting connected with some of the greatest legends of our world today. Legends like Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, John Maxwell, just to name a few, that have given me insights on a whole different way of the way that you view life, but also the way you play the game of life. Number 1, win through your actions, not your arguments. Actions speak louder than words is what they say, but utilize the fact that your language can actually be so powerful, but your actions will be much more powerful. If you're able to articulate your language and say something in terms of to convey your message to win a debate or an argument, chances are your actions of actually believing it and acting upon it will act a lot more. But your actions towards putting in the time and dedication it takes will amount to so much more. So be careful when you get into these arguments. Be careful when you're in conversations with people that are not helping you. I always say small people talk about people, average people talk about events, and great people talk about ideas. Evaluate the conversations you're having, but always remember your actions will always be louder than your words. Number 2, the future depends on the present. So many times I have people, my clients, my coachees, my students, that talk to me all about the past, the mistakes they've made in the past, the remorsing, the reminiscing, and then they're so focused on the future, all the goal setting and the perseverance and where I want to be and end up. Now, I'm here to tell you, the only way you can focus on the future is if you focus on the present. The present is the most magical place because the present is where action takes place. It's your current state of mind, whether it's your subconscious mind or your conscious mind, that's in level playing field. It's giving you the insights that you need to act accordingly. The only challenge is it's hard to act, isn't it? Holding yourself accountable and getting yourself a mentor really amplifies the fact that you need to be playing a bigger game. So ultimately, the future will depend on the way that you act in the present. Number 3, always speak less when necessary. You know, my mom used to always say to me, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So do double the listening. And when I say listen, I mean active listen. Not just hearing things, but listening to things. Listening to people's emotions, their feelings, their thoughts. Being empathetic and understanding how to really connect with them allows you to be able to build the most authentic relationships. When we're boasting about ourselves or speaking about what we've accomplished, we put ourselves in a position of creating bars and creating different types of standards in our own heads that we have to abide by. Instead, don't be the smartest person in the room. Get in rooms where you can be quiet and listen and learn. Number 4, your mind is everything. What you think is what you are. Believe in yourself and you will conquer. Be defeating to yourself and you will lose every time. Now, with my studies in psychology, hypnotherapy, as well as neurolinguistic programming, it's given me the insights to understand how powerful this supercomputer up here is, how powerful our brain is to be able to understand exactly the way that it needs to navigate and survive in this world. But then our mind, the 2 minds we have, the conscious and subconscious mind, and how they manifest energy, how they manifest thoughts and emotions that create actions, or in some cases, don't create actions. Always remember, your mind is the most powerful thing. It has the ability to control the actions that you do, but also the mindset that you have towards life's pleasures. also life's pains. Think of it like this. Your mind can perceive 450 words per minute, but can only verbalize about 150 to 200, which means there's still an extra 200 to 250 words that are going through my head at this moment while I'm speaking to you. And that is the most magical part, is controlling the self-chatter. The chatter that happens inside your mind that's either going to defeat your mindset or it's going to uplift your mindset. So be very careful on understanding the 7 common emotions that humans feel. 6 are negative, 1 is positive. So your mind is everything. What you feed it is what you become. Number 5, what others think of you is none of their business. Guys, this took me years and years to figure out. I always wanted to be that show guy. I wanted to have the nice cars, the clothes, the money, the watches, to show people that I was successful, to show people that I was doing something, to show people something. And I never really realized what it was until I got into my older years, where I started to understand it has nothing to do with impressing people that don't care about what you even got to start off with. Believe in yourself and channel your own energy to achieving your results for your own personal gain, for your future gain, for your next generation's gain. Number 6, your best teacher is your last mistake. Now, most people see failures and mistakes as negativity, saying that, oh no, I messed up. Oh wow, why did I do this? But instead, think of it as a learning lesson. Embrace failure. Bring failure closer to you so that you get comfortable with failure, so that you can overcome it, and the adversity time frame gets smaller and smaller. When things happen, they will. As I mentioned, 7 common emotions, 6 are negative, 1 is positive. Joy is the only positive emotion that we feel, and when we have fear, sadness, contempt, disgust, anger, and surprise on the other side, they're constantly coming into our worlds. So understand that your emotions matter, your thoughts matter. That's why your best teacher will always be your last mistake, if you can learn from it. They say a smart man will learn from somebody else's mistake, but a wise man will learn from his own. Number 7, no one in the world is coming to save you. Unfortunately, that was something that I had to learn, and it doesn't mean trust no one. It always means love everybody. But the lesson that I want you to learn out of this final tip is very powerful. This life you were born into is 100% your responsibility. You were born this way, and you will leave this earth this way. Understanding that you are alone doesn't mean feel lonely and feel sad. Feeling alone means that it's your responsibility. You know, there's an old saying, if you are born poor, it's not your fault. But if you die poor, it's all your fault. And as much as I can agree or disagree with that statement, I will say your life is in your control. You have the ability and responsibility to understand that one concept. That concept put into reality now allows you to walk into this world knowing that everything stems from your thoughts, your actions, and the implementation of how to follow through on the respectful attitude that you have into this world. So remember, this life is 100% your responsibility. You have the ability to go and create and cause happiness, futures, all the atmosphere in your present time, listening to all 7 of these rules that I've learned over the years. But most importantly, the last one was the final one. The final but most powerful one that allows you to really take ownership for who you are and the choices that you make. Don't use excuses, don't blame others, don't get out there into the external factors of the world. Be the most authentic you. Go out there and make those actions, make the choices, make the decisions that are going to move the needle in your world and your next generation's world. As always, guys, if you liked the video, please click subscribe and like, and I hope to see you in the next one where I'm going to share more rules to the game of life. And if y'all want more information about the teachings that I have, I would love to get you guys understanding that the new Next Gen Academy launch is coming in 2023. This academy now is comprised of knowledge and education built for the next generation of leaders to really hone in the skill sets of communication, interpersonal skills, body language, mindset, motivation, with fundamentals of business, finance, real estate. Core electives now also that help you really connect with the opposite sex, that help you understand how to cook meals, the core essential skills that in the traditional generation that unfortunately because of technology have been removed. So we're going to use technology because the platform of Next Gen Academy is available anywhere, anytime, on your dime, and it's available to you to really hone in on these skill sets. If you got some teenagers at home that are kind of confused on what the next steps are, our course about purpose and passion will be amazing for them. If you got some mid-20s at home, or you are mid-20s and you're thinking to yourself, how do I level up? How do I take it to that next scale? Well, some of the business fundamental and personal finance core modules are going to give you that insight to really move the needle in your life financially, professionally, but also personally. And if you're over 40 and you're in a place where you just need to be reignited, you got the power, you got the poise, you got the presence, but you just need to be reignited. Well, our core modules of mindset, motivation, and communication will really help you hone in on that self-chatter that you have, the self-belief worth that you have, and to really uncover more of that confidence, that inner lion and lioness that I always talk about. And these core modules, all comprised in the Next Gen Academy, are launching in 2023. But before then, I'm doing an early pre-registration for those bold enough to take a chance on themselves, to invest in themselves, but to be backed by someone that has spent the time, spent the money, and spent the effort learning from some of the best in the world to bring you this knowledge so that you can win the game of life and live with abundance, freedom, and wealth. See you on the next one.